Days fans, we're here to answer some questions about the past year on Days of Our Lives. Here's a question right now. What was the most emotional scene you had to play this season?
I guess it would be the scene where Brady says he can't be with Kristen anymore. It's pretty devastating. So it was that was emotional.
Wow. I feel like I'm crying every day. So I guess the ones that have just aired would be, the dream sequence that Gwen has with her father, where he says, "Get out of my house," and he yells at her, and then she ends up saying that she's a hooker.
Well, for me, it's I know when we talk about emotions, it's usually like crying or angry or something like that. But the most emotional scene I feel I played recently was the fallout of the stuff with Nicole. It was the first time I'd ever got to play like a proper grown-up, sexual, but you know what I mean, like in a serious way, and kind of like here's two grown-ups who have just had sex together with a lot of history, and so it wasn't like the most extreme emotions, but it was the most emotionally complicated.
Honest.
Yeah, there you go.
Honest.
The second question is,
yes.
Do you ever battle nerves before taping a big scene, and how do you manage them?
Absolutely not. Never
You
do
never
that.
get nervous.
I'm joking. That's all I ever do. I'm nervous every time I do a scene.
Oh, of course. But I think that's good.
We use it,
all
right?
the juices.
Yes,
You can just
the
put
energy is flowing.
Yeah, you better. Yeah.
Until
I know
you
when I first started on the
screw
show,
a
I
word.
was so nervous, and the partner he said, use it because you're going to be nervous, and it's true.
What's the most challenging? Playing Kristen, playing Susan, playing Kristen, playing Susan, or playing Susan, playing Kristen?
All of the above.
Wow, yes. Okay.
That was complicated right there.
Congratulations.
I know, I was like waiting for that.
Yes.
Kristen is a little bit harder for me because she's always spontaneous and she always has the right things to say. And Susan, she's easier, but she's all over the place, and so it's just finding her essence. And sometimes I get exhausted with her because she's just overwhelming, and the energy that she puts out is just yeah, and you got to keep going and going. And there's some days that I just don't have the energy, but then as soon as I put on her outfit, I get into it. It just comes up. Okay, so Emily, darling,
Yes.
love, do you think Gwen is capable of having a healthy, romantic relationship with Xander?
Do tell.
Romantic relationship, yes.
Healthy.
Healthy. I think they both have a lot to work out, personally. Right now, it seems like it could be a great idea to have these two outcast kind of misanthropes together. But ultimately, somebody's gonna make a mistake, right? Whether it would be Gwen or Xander.
Oh, I have a question for Suzanne.
Okay.
How would you say Maggie has changed over the years of her being in Salem?
Ooh, well, she started out on a farm on crutches. And I said, oh my, and what's the good thing? I was a dancer and I was coordinated because they wouldn't let me use a wheelchair. Then she got operated on and got well, and she became sort of a pillar of the community. I think she's lovable. I think people like her. And I think the characters, especially the younger characters, like to go and ask for her advice.
And that's all the time we have. Thank you guys for tuning in to Day of Days, and make sure you tune in to Days of Our Lives.
Every day.
Bye.
Bye.